Have you ever pondered about the nature of truth and falsehood? This question, seemingly simple, is more complex than you might think. Our understanding of what is true and what is false is shaped from a very early age by the teachings we receive. From the moment we are born, we are immersed in a sea of information. Our parents, society, and culture serve as our first teachers, imparting certain knowledge that they regard as the ultimate truth. This knowledge can take many forms. It might be moral teachings that guide our behavior and shape our understanding of right and wrong. It could be unscientific beliefs handed down through generations that shape our view of the world. Or it could be beliefs about supernatural entities, unseen but deeply felt. These teachings are not merely academic lessons. They form the foundation of our worldview. They inform our decisions, shape our perceptions, and influence our interactions with others. And once these ideas take root in our minds, they stay with us, often until the end of our days. But while some of these teachings promote humanity and foster kindness and understanding, others can be harmful, fostering superstition and prejudice. It's important to remember that not all that is taught is beneficial or even true. So, how do we navigate this sea of information? How do we separate the wheat from the chaff, the truth from the falsehood? That's the question we're seeking to answer. As we journey through life, we must continually question the norms, scrutinize the teachings we've received, and seek out evidence to support or refute them. It's not an easy task, but it's a necessary one if we are to discern truth from falsehood and make informed decisions about what to believe and how to act. These teachings, whether beneficial or harmful, stay with us, shaping our understanding of what we consider true or false. As we move forward, let's delve deeper into this topic, exploring the nature of truth and how we can discern it amid a sea of information. So, what exactly is truth? It's a question that's been pondered by philosophers, scientists, and thinkers throughout the ages. But for our purposes, we'll keep it simple. Truth, as we define it here, is anything that can be universally perceived through our senses or with the aid of technology. Consider this. You can touch a tree, smell a flower, hear a songbird, or see a sunset. These are truths. They are concrete, tangible, and shared experiences that are verifiable by anyone, anywhere. But truth isn't limited to just what we can perceive directly. It also extends to concepts and theories that, while we may not be able to touch or see, are backed by a substantial body of evidence. Take, for instance, Einstein's theory of relativity. Although we can't see or touch the fabric of space-time, we accept this theory as truth because it's supported by a wealth of evidence and has been repeatedly confirmed through experimentation and observation. The same goes for the theory of evolution. While we can't witness the process of evolution in real time, the vast amount of evidence from fossils, genetic studies, and observable adaptations in species make its truth undeniable. But truth isn't static. It's not something that once found remains the same forever. Instead, it's dynamic, constantly evolving with our increasing knowledge and understanding of the world. As we gather more evidence, our perception of truth can change. That's the beauty of scientific inquiry. It's a relentless pursuit of truth, always open to revision when faced with new evidence. So, when we say something is true, it's not a claim of absolute certainty. It's an acknowledgement that, based on the best evidence we currently have, this is our most accurate understanding. It's an invitation to keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking out evidence. The more a hypothesis is supported by evidence, the more we consider it true. So let's continue to seek truth, not just in the grand theories of the universe, but in the everyday ideas and beliefs that shape our lives. How do we apply this understanding of truth to our preconceived notions and ideas? A fascinating question indeed. You see, the ideas and beliefs we carry around in our heads, they're not just abstract thoughts. They're the very blueprints of our reality. So, it becomes crucial to scrutinize these blueprints with the lens of truth. Let me break it down. Our minds are like vast storage units crammed with ideas and notions. Some of these ideas have been with us since childhood, passed down from our parents, our teachers, our society. They're deeply ingrained, almost second nature to us. But how do we know if they're true? Enter the concept of truth. Remember, we define truth as something that can be experienced consistently, universally by everyone. It's something that holds its ground in the face of evidence. So it becomes a matter of applying this yardstick of truth to the ideas we carry. First, we need to examine the evidence. Is there tangible proof that supports our idea? Does it stand up to scrutiny from different angles? If the evidence is abundant and consistent, then we're dealing with a strong contender for truth. Next, we assess its practical functionality. Does the idea work in the real world? Is it applicable universally? Or does it crumble under the weight of reality? It's one thing to theorize in the comfort of our minds, but an idea's true test is its survival in the practical world. Now, what if an idea doesn't pass these tests? What if there's no evidence to back it up, or it fails to function in a practical setting? Well, that's when we need to take a step back and reconsider. Perhaps what we're dealing with isn't a truth, but a figment of our imagination, a piece of fiction. If no evidence supports an idea, or if it doesn't work universally, then we can consider it mere imagination or fiction. So let's keep questioning, keep searching, and most importantly, keep applying truth to our ideas. After all, our reality deserves nothing less than the truth. How does truth relate to good morals? That's a question we're going to unravel in our discussion today. When we talk about good morals, we're referring to ideas that are not only beneficial to the individual, but also to society as a whole. These ideas, these beliefs, these morals are gifts to humanity. They help us build a more compassionate, understanding, and harmonious world. Now let's consider the opposite. An idea that causes harm, that promotes discord or suffering, regardless of whether it's based on truth or not, is, by all means, a bad idea. It's a thorn that pricks the fabric of our society, creating ripples of negativity and discord. But what about ideas that benefit an individual without causing harm to others? Are they good or bad? Well, such ideas can also be considered as good. For example, the idea of self-care. It benefits the individual, helping them to be happier, healthier, and more balanced. Yet it doesn't harm anyone else. In fact, it can even have a positive ripple effect, encouraging others to take better care of themselves too. So you see, an idea's alignment with truth and its moral value are two different aspects. An idea can be true but harmful, or it can be beneficial, but not necessarily grounded in universal truth. However, when an idea is both true and beneficial, it becomes a powerful force for good. It can inspire change, foster understanding, and cultivate compassion. But remember, the key here is balance. Holding on to a truth that harms others is as detrimental as clinging to a falsehood that seems beneficial. As we navigate the world of ideas, it's important to use both our hearts and our minds, to weigh the evidence and consider the impact. The morals you hold should not harm anyone. This is the guiding principle we should all aim to live by. It's not always easy, but it's a journey worth taking. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about finding the truth, but also about finding the good in every truth. In conclusion, let's revisit what we've learned today. We began by questioning the norm, challenging the preconceived notions we've held since childhood, and recognizing the importance of skepticism. This led us to a definition of truth, something that can be universally perceived, or a hypothesis supported by robust evidence. We then explored how to apply this concept of truth to our ideas, understanding that the more evidence that supports an idea and the more it works in the practical world, the truer it becomes. Conversely, ideas without evidence or practical application can be seen as mere imagination or fiction. Finally, we delved into the relationship between good morals and truth. An idea that benefits both the individual and the world without causing harm is a beacon of goodness. Through all this, we've seen the vital role of rationality, skepticism, and humanity in our understanding of truth. Remember, this video aims to promote rationality, skepticism, and humanity, not to hurt anyone's feelings.